Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Akira Haseyama, Keyo University, Tokyo, Japan. And it is my great honor to now introduce the 5 members of the judging panel for the 3-minute thesis competition. First, in the lineup, we have Claudia Gonzalez-Diego. Ms. Gonzalez-Diego is a PhD candidate at the Faculty of Veterinary and Agricultural Sciences at the University of Melbourne. Okay. And next is Philip Liu, Professor. Liu is a Vice President for Research and Technology at the National University of Singapore. And he is also a distinguished professor at the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Okay. Then we have Zahim Valverde from the Tata Institute of Social Science. Mr. Valverde is an assistant professor at the Institute's Center for Water Policy, Regulation and Governance in the School of Habitat Studies. Next up is Orhan Yenigun. Professor Yenigun is from Boğaziçi University in Istanbul, and he is also the director of the Institute of Environmental Sciences. And last but not least, we have Maria Tertuce, and Dr. Tertuce is the Dean of the School of Engineering and Science at Technological de Monterrey. Okay? Yeah. Now, these 5 judges have a tough task over the next 20 minutes or so. They will assess our 5 finalists and select a winner based on 2 criteria. These are, first, comprehension and content, and second, engagement and communication. Each of these carry equal weight, and the judges will vote to decide the winner of the grand prize. In addition to our 5 judges, we would also like to ask you to vote for your favorite presentation, as you will all be responsible for selecting the People's Choice winner. Without further ado, let me now introduce you to the first of our 5 finalists. Please welcome Gabriela Filipina Pereira from the State University of Campinas. The title of Gabriela's talk is How Can We Reduce CO2 Release into the Atmosphere? Please.
Hello, I would like to start my presentation by asking you a question. How can we reduce CO2 release into the atmosphere? I give you here 3 options. Most of you will notice that the gray picture indicating fossil fuels industry is not the correct answer, because fossil fuels are one of the responsible for global warming and air pollution. So this leaves us with 2 options, A, soybean, and C, algae. Conventional crops such as sugarcane, palm oil, and soybean are sustainable feedstocks for biofuels once they can capture CO2 through photosynthesis. However, especially in Brazil, soybean has been responsible for massive deforestation, which also causes global warming. So this leaves us with only one, yet still poorly known option, algae. You may not know, but algae are responsible for more than half the oxygen in the atmosphere. That's why many scientists say that our lives depend on algae. They have several advantages compared to conventional crops. They grow faster, they do not require arable land, and they do not require large areas. For example, to produce the same amount of biodiesel from soybean, algae would require around only 1% of the same area. But we still known as nori. But today I bring you here another food that may have algae in the future, biscuits. In my thesis, I studied not only how to grow microalgae on cheaper environments that reduce water and increase CO2 consumption, but also the transformation into a high-value product. Emulsifiers are chemicals that can make an oil mix to water. They are used on several foods, such as ice cream, cakes, breads, and biscuits. However, they are still produced from an animal or a synthetic source. So, in conclusion, I ask you, with a cheaper production in the future, having a wide range of bioproducts, being a vegan source, and having several environmental benefits, why not invest in algae? Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriela. And our next finalist is Candice Jones from the University of Queensland. And this morning, Candice is going to tell us about a talking plant.
Norman Borlaug, the father of the Green Revolution, said that you cannot build peace on empty stomachs. This is a problem because the global population is increasing and we're struggling to produce enough food. Most of our food comes from plants. Even our meat needs to eat something, and that usually comes from a plant, so it's important to know how they work. You may be thinking, what could be so complex about a plant? They don't move, and they can't even talk. Well, I'm here to tell you that in fact plants can talk extremely well, and that research into their communication may unlock secrets that could improve our future. It is true that plants can't move, and this is why they have to communicate so well. When a new threat or environmental stress comes into their space, there's nothing they can do to escape it. So, in the words of Bear Grylls, they must improvise, adapt, overcome. This is particularly important now, more than ever, since our climate is changing and our food demands are increasing. So how do plants talk? They use chemical signals to communicate within themselves and with the rest of the world. For example, when an animal comes munching on the leaves of certain plants, they send out warning signals to all of the plants around them. This enables the surrounding plants to prepare their defense mechanisms, such as producing a bitter taste or a bad smell, which will deter the predators. Another example is when the roots of a plant experience drought. They send specialized signals up to the shoots, which help the plant to conserve water and therefore survive the drought. These signals within the plant are what my research focuses on. I'm trying to discover signals that help plants to sense and adapt to changes in their environment. So far, I have developed some molecular tools that help us to measure these signals in plants across different environments. Using these, I have discovered some promising signals that respond to major stresses that limit our agriculture. The next step is to work out what these signals are actually doing within the plant. To do this, I'll use the latest techniques in biotechnology to turn these signals on or off without any environmental change to see how they affect plant growth. It is my hope that these discoveries will help us to learn the language of plants and then use that to improve agricultural yields, making quality food more available to all people. Thank you.
Thank you, Candice. And next, we have Philip Minderhoud from Utrecht University, who has titled his talk, "Forget About Sea Level Rise. The Sinking of Land is a Real Problem."
I'm from the Netherlands. And you may know that half of my country is located below sea level. And the Dutch are actually very proud of that. Now, you may also know that the sea level is rising because of global warming. Well, luckily for us, we can trust that the ground below our feet is stable, and it will stay there for the rest of our lives. Rock solid, right? Not true. In fact, and you may hear this for the first time, in many areas along the coast, the land that we live on is sinking. And sometimes 10 times faster than the sea level is rising. So that is a problem. But why is the land sinking? Well, one of the reasons is the following. If this is the level of the land, and this is the level of your groundwater, now when you lower the level of groundwater, for example, because you pump it up for drinking water or irrigation, your land becomes heavy, and it starts to sink. Now, if you continue to lower the groundwater level, your land continues to sink, and there you go, down, down, down. And this is happening all over the world. The city of Jakarta, for example, is sinking at a rate of 25 centimeters each year. But also here in Beijing, some areas are sinking up to 10 centimeters every year. So forget about sea level rise, because the sinking of land is the bigger problem. Worldwide, we are sinking together with 500 million people. In my PhD research, I study sinking lands, and I focus on one of the largest river deltas on the planet, the Mekong Delta. And in this delta, every centimeter matters. And we go out into the field, and we do measurements. And what we learn from these measurements, we use to build new computer models. Now, this may not sound very exciting, but it actually is. Because these models allow us to do something that we couldn't do before. We can now use these models as crystal balls to look into the future and see, for example, what happens if we change the way that we manage our groundwater. Well, this is extremely helpful in our work towards finding solutions and reducing the speed at which we sink. Because if we do nothing, blip, blip. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. And next up is Ming Wang from Washington University in St. Louis. With fact and memoir literature's participation in the topics concerning agriculture and food.
Honestly, I feel a little out of place standing here because, you know, our theme today, agriculture, food, and water, and my major, Chinese literature and comparative literature. But just like those TV shopping always make you buy things you thought you would need, I will sell literature to you today. I have a sample for you. It's a Chinese novel named Wolf Totem. It's about the struggles between human beings and wolves for food on the Inner Mongolia grasslands in 1970s China. It celebrates the Mongolians' respect for nature while criticizing those ignorant Beijing policymakers who eventually destroyed the ecology on the grassland. The issue of food is analyzed on multiple layers. For example, it is not only a matter of food production technique, but also politics, economic policies, individual psychology, and even national culture. I understand that when it comes to culture, it is very difficult not to sound like empty talk. But this novel has plenty of factual details. Its encyclopedic style contributes to the power of its analysis and also satisfies its readers' curiosity about a world unfamiliar to them. But most important of all, this is a novel, highly dramatic, with blood, violence, spiritual sublimation, and love. It is no less interesting than a Game of Thrones, and 100 times more so than my analysis buy the book. I understand that some people might say, well, this is a good novel, and so what? Literature has no real use. I myself absolutely and strongly agree. Yes, so novels and poems won't make more crops grow from the ground, but literature provides the academia with an access to the general public. However, literature can't do this by itself. It needs support and help from other disciplines, maybe from social work, economics, engineering, and biology, but I hope every one of you could read and comment on literature and even write something. Rachel Carson, she's a marine biologist. She wrote Silent Spring, which is the pioneer work of literature on environmental issues, huge influence around the world. So I'm selling literature to you today, but I hope your expertise could be selling points of literature in the future, contributing more accuracy and objectivity to literature and its melodrama. And with your help, literature will bring our concerns to a broader audience out in the world. And thank you.
Thank you, Lee. And our last finalist today is Yang Xie from Tsinghua University. Yang will talk about climate change, climate projection with ensemble method.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about the climate projection with ensemble method. The first question is how to project the future climate. In the most cases, climate models or sometimes Earth system models are always the most useful implements. But there are dozens of models around the world, and each one has its own merit and demerit. So, when doing climate projection, we always average all the model results to do the ensemble prediction to represent the most probable situation, which is called multi-model ensemble prediction. It can indeed describe the real state more accurately than any single model, but it also has some shortcomings. First, simple arithmetic average could counteract some signals from different models and make the ensemble results show little internal variabilities such as El Nino, PTO, and so on. In simple terms, it smoothes the curve of time series like this. Besides, the models who performed poorly would also influence the accuracy of ensemble. So our job is to do the quality control of model members. That is, to find the poor model members to be eliminated from the ensemble group and through the comparison with observations in the historical stage. And our quality control is mainly based on the simulation performance to observations and the interdependence from other existing models. After applying this method to the projection of global mean surface temperature anomalies, we finally get this graph. The blue line and band shows all members ensemble, and the red ones show the selected group, and the observations are shown in black line. If we look at the historical simulation in the left of the vertical dashed line, we can see the red line get closer to observations than the blue line. That means our method does work a lot. And if we look at the projection phase, it's sobering to find that the warming is stronger, especially after 2040. That means maybe global warming will be more of a problem than we would think, and we should pay more attention to this warming. And this result also agrees with other similar research. That's what I want to share with you. Thanks.
Thank you, Jan. And that brings us to the end of the 3-minute presentation competition. Thank you all for your presentations. Please give Gabriela, Candice, finalists, Philip, Min, and Jan. Another round of applause. I'd like to say thank you to our 5 judges, Claudia, Philip, Sachin, Orban, and Maya. Thank you very much. Presentations were all spark, so I'm very glad I don't have to choose a winner. But audience members, as I said at the beginning, please remember to vote for your favorite presentation and have your ballot paper to questions. The winners of both the grand prize selected by the judges and the People's Choice winner selected by you will be announced at the gala dinner this evening. And with this, I would like to bring this session on agriculture, food and water and climate change to an end. Thank you all for being here this morning, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And now, I'm very glad to finish my morning training.